You smile like everything's fine, but I know the truth. Because I was you. You sit in silence, pretending you're strong. You laugh when people ask if you're okay. You tell them, I'm fine. But inside, you're not. Inside, you're breaking. Inside, you're screaming. Inside, you're alone. And that's the part no one warns you about. The silence of being left behind. They leave you. They forget you. They break promises like glass. And suddenly, the world isn't crowded anymore. It's just you. Just you and the weight of every shadow you tried to outrun. And when you're left alone long enough, something happens. You think loneliness kills you, but it doesn't. It reshapes you. It bends you, it burns you, until you become something else entirely. That's where I became what I am now. That's where I became the monster. You know what it feels like? To walk into a room full of people and feel invisible. To sit at a table and realize no one is really listening when you speak. To text someone and watch the seen notification burn your soul, but no reply ever comes. That silence, it cuts deeper than knives. And the worst part, you start to believe them. You start to believe the silence means something about you, that maybe you really aren't worth hearing, that maybe you really are as forgettable as they treated you. And so you stop fighting for their attention. You stop screaming for help. You stop waiting for someone to pick you up. You just sit with the silence, alone. And that's when it begins. Here's the thing they'll never admit. People don't destroy you with fire. They destroy you with absence, with cold, with distance. You keep giving, they keep taking. You keep forgiving, they keep breaking. You keep hoping, they keep leaving. And finally something inside you snaps. Not loudly, not with an explosion, but quietly, with a whisper. A whisper that says, no one is coming, no one is saving me. I either stay broken, or I build myself into something they'll regret ever leaving. That's the shift, that's the scar that never fades. But here's what they don't know. Alone is not weakness. Alone is not death. Alone is where you become dangerous. Because when you're alone, there are no distractions, no fake friends, no noise. Just silence, and in silence you hear the truth. You hear the sound of your own heartbeat. You hear the fire that never really died. You hear the anger that's been whispering, waiting, wanting to be unleashed. Alone is the furnace. Alone is the battlefield. Alone is where the soft parts of you burn away, and what's left is unrecognizable. That's where the monster is born. They thought you'd crumble. They thought you'd beg. They thought you'd disappear quietly. But they didn't see what solitude does. They didn't see the shadows teaching you how to fight. They didn't see the silence sharpening your mind. They didn't see the fire feeding your bones. They thought alone would kill you. But alone gave you claws. Alone gave you fangs. Alone gave you the hunger to rise from the ashes, colder, sharper, deadlier than they ever imagined. You were not destroyed. You were reforged. Every scar became a weapon. Every betrayal became a map. Every silence became fuel. And now, you don't beg, you don't chase, you don't wait. You move like a shadow. You rise like fire. You fight like a storm no one saw coming. Because alone is where you became untouchable. Alone is where you stopped being prey and became predator. Alone is where you stopped being human and became a monster. And that's the part that terrifies them. They can't kill what they already buried. They can't break what they already abandoned. They can't fight what silence already forged. So hear me when I say this. Being alone didn't ruin you. It rebuilt you. Yes, it burned. Yes, it shattered you into pieces. But in those pieces, you found your edge. In that silence, you found your voice. In that emptiness, you found your hunger. And hunger makes you dangerous. They thought you were nothing without them. But the truth is, without them, you became more focused, more relentless, more savage. The monster they fear now, they created it. Remember how I told you in the beginning? You smile like everything's fine, but inside you're screaming, good. Scream. Let it out. Let it burn. Because every scream is a weapon. Every silent night is training. Every lonely tear is sharpening your edge. And one day they'll look back and realize the silence they left you in is the silence that made you deadly. Alone is not your prison. Alone is your forge. Alone is where you stopped waiting. Alone is where you stopped begging. Alone is where you became the thing no one dares to fight. Alone is where you became the monster. And monsters don't apologize. Monsters don't beg. Monsters don't break. Monsters rise. Monsters fight. Monsters win. So the next time they look at you and wonder what you've become, tell them this. Alone is where I became deadly. Alone is where I became the monster you can't control.